everyone, and welcome to our day 2 wrap-up and the Near Fall podcast, GSHSW.com. I'm Donald J. Brower. Throat's a little hoarse. I just got finished calling the semifinals for the boys on NJ.com. Thank you so much to them for allowing me to do that. But somebody else who gave me the platform, and that is our sponsors, Dan Warnikoff, Champion Athletes. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Your body is like a car. You can put the fancy tires on it. You can put all the decals. You can do whatever you need to do. You need the right fuel. Dan Warnikoff, Champion Athletes. He will help you get better. You can be an athlete, non-athlete, in-state, out-of-state. Check him out, Dan Warnikoff. He has proven results, and he's worked with Del Barton, 7 champions. I'm not saying it's all, but it's got to be helping a little bit. 7 finals, excuse me. Apex Wrestling School. 4 schools in New Jersey, 1 in New York, founded by Damian Logan and Dane Tabado. One of the fastest growing schools, proud supporters of what we do here at GSHSW.com and the Harrington companies. You have a house, want to make it look nice? You have the landscaping. You want to rip it down, start anew, be one of those nouveau riche people from Beetlejuice. I don't know if that's the right terminology, whatever. They have the recycling and they have the construction. The Harrington companies, again, proud supporters of what we do here at GSHSW.com. Now, we still have some medalists. We still have some people ready to go. Tomorrow, I'll give you a little quick recap of what we have. So first, let's start with the girls. For the girls, we have in the finals at 100, we have Gabriella Conte from Hanover Park. Not a surprise. Number 1 seed, kind of thought she'd be there. In the 3-4 match, we have Emily Diaz-Santos from Morris Hills, and the 5-6, Olivia McCormick from Lakewood. And still having a chance to medal, and that's great for them. At the 107 in the wrestle match, we're going to have a matchup of both of our people from there. Madeline Carmichael from Montville versus Lily Henderson from Vernon. At 114, Paige Weiss, the reigning state champ from a year ago, is going to be wrestling for 3rd place there, as well as Sophia Kletcher from Pequannock, the first ever girl to make it down here and the first ever girl to medal for Pequannock. Obviously, if she's the first to make it, I don't think somebody else can come down here. 126, Liliana Zaku Ramos. She'll be wrestling for 3rd place. At 132, Kayla Vasquez from Kinnelon. Not a surprise. I talked about Kayla. Obviously, got a chance to see her family when we were out grabbing a quick bite. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This girl is going to be one of the greats. When you look back and you realize the kind of career she has and the inspiration she's going to have on a lot of girls. I know they had said, I think her parents said they had 10 or 12 girls signing up in the youth program. That's because of Kayla. And enjoy it while you can, because I know she's going to be going off to college, but she's one of those girls, like I said, we're going to be talking about in the future very much. Natalie Tucker from Vernon is wrestling in for 5th. Then in the 138 final, we're going to have a matchup of the North 1 final. Ella Palillo from High Point versus Eva Barry from Newton Kittatinny. They met in the 138. It's going to be their 6th matchup against each other. And the wrestling for 7th is Riley Canati from North Hunterdon. Wrestling in the finals, trying to keep her brother Joe quiet, is Julia Fungaro from Booton. And in the 3rd place match is going to be Olivia Georges for DePaul. At 152, wrestling for 5th is going to be Samira Cooper from Booton. She got pinned in her semifinal match and had an injury default out of the last match. They're going to check with the doctors and see. I really hope so, because I know how much it means for her to be out there, and I'd be really heartbroken for her if she couldn't get out there. But Samira, you've had a really great tournament, so be proud of what you've done so far. At 165 in the 3rd place match, we're going to have Solaris Paul from John F. Kennedy in Patterson. That's a great story for that school. It's been so long since they've had somebody, competing at this high level in states, and it's going to be really nice to see her walk away with the medal there. 185, we have 2 girls competing. We have Caitlin Hart in the 3rd place match from Vernon, and we have in the 5th place match Olivia Rea from Warren Hills. And then at 235, we also have 2 girls competing. In the 3rd place match, you're going to have Caroline Beagle from DePaul, and in the 7th place match, we're going to have Kayla Mena of Parsippany Hills. Now let's switch over to the boys. Starting at 106, Cameron Sance is going to be in the finals for Del Barton. He advanced tonight. And then competing against each other in the 7-8 match, their 7th place match is going to be Brody Neal from West Morris and Jake Holly from Pope John. Brody Neal's had a hell of a tournament. He got the top of that bracket opened up when Hildebrandt left, and he made a nice run. He's competing for a medal. Brody Neal's legit, so he will be back and higher on the podium next year, as will I think Holly as well. The two really good kids. Then 113, a kid I've rooted for. I know I'm not supposed to say that. I'm impartial. I'm a journalist. Blah, 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 blah. Tyler Haggerson from Mount Olive. What he's gone through, the injury last year and everything, for him to make the finals. I am pulling for him hardcore. I root for him. I think he's a great kid. He's going to Buffalo for college next year. What a way to go out with Beavers with a state title. We're pulling for you for Tyler. 120, Anthony Rossi fell in the semis, drops down to the wrestlebacks. And then two guys I really wanted to highlight who just missed out on getting a medal at 120. Nick DiFrancesco Antonio of Hanover Park and Anthony Piemonte of Mount Olive just missed it. They're both young. They're both going to have a shot to come back next year, and I wouldn't put anything past them. I think this will be that fuel for the fire for them. 126, DeGeorge from Del Barton made it. He's a finalist. And then in the following to the wrestlebacks are Pope John's Dalton Weber and Delaware Valley's Jaden Perez. Jaden was right there in it. Score got away from him a little bit at the end, but I was really impressed by him. And guy I want to kind of talk about and just highlight a little bit who just fell short is Sazzy Tassay from Wayne Hills. Was just right there. Tough kid. I know he'll be back and he'll make a run, and I would not bet against him next year. Then at 132, Carson Walsh. I picked it. I know his mother was nervous I picked him. Carson Walsh is going to be facing DeJesus in the finals. I'm telling you, Walsh is solid. I'm trying to tell everybody the best thing that happened to him was when they brought in Aragona as the assistant coach. You want to talk about a kid who had a very similar career to what Walsh is doing now? It was Aragona, because he was medaling, doing everything he could. Won it his senior year. There's little tidbits he was given. I'm telling you right now, I think it's going to be huge for Walsh. So I think Walsh will do really well tomorrow. And then also at 132, Nicholas Bolello from Hackettstown, who had a really tough match in his quarterfinals, loss. He's going to wrestle for 5th. And Chase Cornell from Del Barton is wrestling for 7th. 138, Jaden James made it from Del Barton. And then two kids who just missed it in the wrestlebacks, Justin Holly from Pope John and Ryan Langemeyer from Lakin. Guys, hold your heads up. You guys had a great tournament. It was a really good tournament. So please do not hang your heads because you missed out on the medal stand. 144, Jack Mines is going to be wrestling for 3rd again this year. And then Luke Galetta from Peaburg just missed it. So once again, nothing to hang your heads on. There's only going to be some. Luke, you're right there. Congratulations. You're on a great season. 150, his teammate, Gavin Hawk from Peaburg. Loved it. When I saw that bracket up top, I said, Gavin Hawk, he swoops in, pun somewhat intended. He's the kid that is very quiet, got a perfect on his math SATs, but he's so good at calculating stuff when you see it. He's such a cerebral wrestler out there. I thought he had a chance, and not to pat myself on the back, but I'll Barry Horowitz it there for a minute. Congratulations to Gavin making it there. And then 3rd place, Gabe Logan is in the 3rd place for Del Barton. 157, Logan Wycoric is in the medal round from Voorhees. They're still going to wrestle a little bit tomorrow to find out who's in what medal, but Logan's right there. Two guys that just missed out on it. Omar Tarecki from PCTI and Carl Betts from Del Barton. Great tournament, guys. In the finals at 165, no shock to me, Alessio Parenton from Del Barton made the finals and won it last year. He's back again. There was a debate, actually, I talked about on the live stream, and it went to reporters. Anthony Knox from St. John Vianney is the #1 wrestler in the tournament, pound for pound. We understand. Who is number 2? And there were plenty of votes for Alessio Parenton. There were plenty of votes for Ludington from Brick Memorial. And there were plenty of votes for the other at 175 who made the finals, and that was Ryan Burke. He's going to meet Alessio's teammate, Lou Sergio from Del Barton, in that final. They met at the non-public North finals. Burton pinned Sergio, but I think it's going to be a lot closer match this time. So that'll be a good one at 175. And also wrestlebacks, Sergio beat Thomas Brandy, handed him his first loss, so he'll wrestle back. And another one who just missed, Liam Packer from Phillipsburg. Great job. Great season this year. Very impressive. 190, the matchup, I didn't get a call, but I was kind of watching out of the side of my eye. Vincenzo Laval of Hanover Park beat Tyler Venus of Mount Olive. He advances to the final, avenging his loss in the MCT final, and is finished third the last 2 years. Now has a shot to go out there and win a state title for Hanover Park. So, and Venus obviously falls down to the wrestlebacks. And another one I want to highlight real quick, Frankie Martino from Passaic Valley, wrestling for 7th tomorrow. Great job wrestling back, Frankie. I know it was hard. He's very motivated, for anybody who doesn't know. And I was worried when he lost his match, he got a chance to refocus. He's one to watch out for in that match. And then 215, Vincent Lee of Del Barton. He's going to get the rematch against Hunter Scove. He beat him last week in the region finals. He's going to get another rematch here. But he made the finals, one of 7 for Del Barton. Somebody I want to point out in this weight, Tommy Borgia, hell of a tournament. He is such a tough kid. Watch out for him. I'll call it now. Borgia's coming down and making some noise next year. So mark it down, write it down. You can call me Nostradonald. I've already predicted some other kids who are coming down. Tons of people telling me thank you for all my stuff and stuff, but Borgia, I'm telling you right now, mark it down. It's March 1st, 2024. We're going to be talking about Borgia coming up a lot. Then finally at heavyweight, in the finals, Connor Martin, Del Barton, really good wrestler, solid. I overlooked him. I'm not saying anything about it. The way he dominated the kid from Nutley, Toronto, impressive. Connor Martin opened my eyes a lot. And he's also wrestled Delegata from St. Joe's Montvale in the non-public A finals and really controlled him. I mean, he wound up losing the match close, but he gave Rocco one of his toughest matches. So you never know on the big stage. So congratulations, Connor Martin. John Wargo falls in the wrestlebacks. He lost his match to Delegata. They were scrambling a little bit early, and Delegata kind of caught him with a hand, or he hit him. I couldn't see him from my position, but Wargo was a little woozy. I don't think he recovered from that, but he'll recover, have enough time, and I look for him to have a great end to his tournament. And 2 guys who just missed at heavyweight who were very impressive. Mason Brancato from Pompton Lakes just missed out. He's young. He'll be back. He'll see it. Tim Connolly from Jefferson just missed by it. He's a senior. So sorry, Tim. You were right there. Like I said, hell of a tournament, hell of a career there. I think you'll be getting a phone call from the representative of the All-Star match. I think I can kind of put that out there on the live podcast we're doing here, the wrap-up. So your career is not over, but I know it's tough to get right there and just miss out, but you had a hell of a career, and I hope you realize that. But listen, it's wrapped up. Tomorrow's the day. We've worked all week. We've worked all season. We've started it early this week. We've started it in November, really. You go back. And for some of these guys, it started last year at the end when we finished up there. It's time. It's time for states. But before you do it, and you want to get deal with the states, follow me on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, on Instagram, Garden State HS Wrestling, or like and subscribe on YouTube. You'll see our video tomorrow. I am going to interview every medalist when they place, and we're going to have a special medalist video for boys and girls, and I'm going to film and talk to the champions of every weight that we have. And I'm rooting for you guys. Listen, Morris County, Sussex County, Hunterdon and Warren, Passaic, let's kick a little ass tomorrow. That's what I say. Show them how it is. Show them what it's like to be from North Jersey. And like you said, if you want to like and subscribe, I have absolutely no problem with it. But listen, it's a little late. I gotta go have a cocktail, adult cocktail. I'm old enough. They're not gonna card me. Look at my they'll card my beautiful wife because she doesn't look like she's over age. Like she looks very young. That sounded weird. But you know what I mean. She's very beautiful. She looks like she can be carded all the time. I don't want to come off creepy. It's already bad enough. But um for Jared, the podcasting legend, for everybody, the staff. Oh, also before I forget, thank you to everybody who came up to me and said I did a great job on the semis, the text messages, everything. It was really humbling. I enjoy it. And everybody who said they watched my preview video coming down, it's really cool because as I was telling my wife to get that kind of feedback, a lot of the times I feel like I'm just some weirdo in my kitchen talking on the computer. To see that you guys, listen and do what we do. Thank you so much. But as I said, for Jared, the podcasting legend, for my beautiful wife, Amanda Brower, I am Donald J. Brower. It's time. States are here.